and welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I haven't posted a video for a while because last weekend I did something, went on a trip. Myself and the wife went down to Portland and wanted to do a video about that, and I'm going to be working this weekend to cut together a longer video of all the stuff we did. We went to check out the Portland Retro Gaming Expo and had a really good time, and just thought I might as well throw together a pickups video of what I got there. I'm not normally one for watching or doing pickups video, but I figure this is new to me, so maybe some people might enjoy this, so I thought I'd go through the things that I found, or that I got there. Filming in the games room here on my Pac-Man couch, I think will serve as a very good backdrop. So, what did we get? Well, alright, I'll start off with the things that I got. And each one's got a little bit of a story or a reason behind it. So there's not a lot of things here, but I figure I'll go through each one and describe why I picked it up, etc. First one was I got 18-wheeler for the Gamecube. It's only $4. And I know people really like to see, is it complete? Does it have the manual, etc.? So let's open this thing up. I really like the look of a driving game that's out there on Steam and PC called Euro Truck Simulator, but unfortunately my computer is just not going to run that game. I tried the demo. So I was looking around for what do I have or what could I play, and 18-wheeler kind of looks along the same lines. I mean, it's a racing game where you're smashing big trucks and trying to collect your cargo, get to places. I'll do a review of it later, but this was one that I had been looking for last year when I went to the Portland show. Couldn't find it. It seemed like a kind of a rare game, and then luckily guys had it here this year, $4. It's fantastic. So we've got the disc, definitely works. I tried it out. Got the manual there. So very, very happy. Finally found 18-wheeler, and that was only $4. Then, going a little bit older, actually, a little bit older, I got for the PlayStation Time Shock Pro Pinball, and that was $10. You can see it there. This is the last of the Pro Pinball games that I've been looking for the PS1. And as you can see, the disc is there. It's in really good shape. It works perfectly. Got the instructions manual, even the little registration card there. So, very happy with that. Got all of the Pro Pinball games now, so I will no doubt be doing a video of that as well. Sticking with the PlayStation 1. Now this was a hard to find game. I looked for this last year. I've looked for it online, and I just thought I'm never going to find this. Elemental Gearbolt. Now, okay, I paid $60, but that seems to be the going rate. So I'm very happy. This thing has been really, really hard to find. And it's gorgeous. I mean, it's got this nice lenticular laser kind of cover. It's got a whole booklet in here with, let's see if I can take it out without wrecking it. Even the covers, the instruction manual has that lenticular kind of laser etched look. All these, great instructions, the story, etc., etc. It's a light gun game too. It's a light gun role-playing game, which is kind of an odd. And then there's the disc itself. Works perfectly fine. I think people like to see what condition the disc is in. You can see it's practically flawless. I don't see a scratch on there. And yeah, light gun game. It's kind of an unusual one. There's some good videos, good reviews out there. I think Alpha Omega Sin was the first one I saw doing this game. You use a light gun, but you're building your character up. I'm going to do a review of it because I have a light gun, a really good one, and quite a few good games for the PS1 that use the gun. But this one looked like not just a time cop or a shooting game. This has got some neat elements to it. So really happy, finally got Elemental Gearbolt. And along that line, this one's a little bit unusual. Got another PS1 shooter, light gun game. This one's actually a Japanese import. This one was only $8. This is, okay, I had to look this up. It's part of the Simple Series 15,000, Simple 15,000 series, and this one in particular is Volume 24. This is the gun shooting, and it's basically exactly what you imagine. You go through and you do typical light gun stuff, but it's kind of neat looking, and it has the Manual there. I don't want to pull that out. It's a little bit bent, so I don't want to pull that out. But I've tried it out. Definitely works. How am I playing a Japanese import, you say? Well, that's another video I'm going to do sometime. I've got a disc that you can put into the PS1 that the machine will then allow you to play Japanese import games, and I'll do a review of that sometime. But suffice to say, simple 1500 series, volume 24, The Gun Shooting, works. And I'm very happy. Got it for $8. So, that's the PS1 games. Going a little bit older, I got some Sega Genesis games. I got Judge Dredd, which you might think is an odd choice. This will become obvious later on why I got this. But it wasn't very much money. I think I got this and one of the other items that's sitting here, an Atari controller, and the guy wanted $10 for both. So I figured, hey, that's great. It's not complete in box or anything like that. I'm not really a complete in box kind of a guy. I don't really care about that stuff that much myself. If I can just throw it on the shelf with the other games and just throw it into the machine anytime I want, that works for me. I know there are people who are super into their complete in box collections, and I'm more than happy to leave complete in box games sitting on the shelf for those people to enjoy. For me, just having the cart is good, and this one seems to be in pretty good condition. And it definitely works. So, Judge Dredd for the Genesis. Another Genesis game, and I'll be doing a review about this as well. I got Shadow Squadron for the 32X. I love the 32X. I know it's a much maligned little add-on, but I just love that machine. I'll be doing a whole review on that whole system. I don't have all the 32X games. Admittedly, most of them aren't stellar. Which is no fault of the hardware. I think what the hardware does is fantastic. I just don't think there was enough real support for that particular add-on that made enough games worthwhile. And I only have, I think, about 5. This is the last of the 32X games that I want to get for it. So very, very happy. Again, this was another one like Elemental Gearbolt. This was a very, very hard game to find. I looked last year and it was only complete in box. Everybody wanted it with instructions the whole 9 yards, and I was like, I just want the game. I don't really, like I said with Judge Dredd, I don't care about complete in box stuff. And this one's even got a little, marker note on it there, so it's not in great condition. But hey, this and a wire, I think I bought $5, or sorry, it was $10 for both. So again, I got a really good deal, and I'm very, very happy that I finally have the last of the 32X games, Shadow Squadron. And the last Genesis game, now this one's pretty cool. It's not an old game. This is It Felix, a homebrew game. I've actually played this ROM, and it's really, really good. And when I saw that they had the cartridge, and it's been, properly made to, well, I guess they must have cannibalized an old cartridge. But it looks genuine. It's even got the little logo of Toby Comey, the fictional company that made It Felix in the movie. It's fantastic. I'm really, really happy. Now, we did see one of these in the first dealer table we looked at, but it was with a It Felix themed box and instructions and stickers and a foam insert and the cartridge itself, and it was apparently some kind of limited edition. The guy wanted $175, and we were just like, "Whoa, okay, we're not getting It Felix at this show. No way." Luckily, there was another table. Guy was selling them. What was it now? Not limited edition, just this in the cartridge, or sorry, this cartridge and the box for I think $50 or $60, or cartridge alone for $35. And admittedly, compared to the $5 for those two guys, that's kind of pricey, but it's a really good It Felix homebrew Genesis game. Like, it's like buying a new Genesis game. So very, very happy with it. $35, yeah, I'll go for that. Cartridge alone. And I'll be doing a review of this and a couple of other It Felix games sometime in the future, but look forward to that. So that's it for Genesis. I also got, this was the wire that I got with, I believe it was with Shadow Squadron. And it's kind of an odd thing to explain. It's for hooking up Game Boy Advances. And I have a Game Boy Micro, and I have a game, the the Game & Watch Collection Volume 5, where you get to unlock, as you progress in the score, as you reach certain milestones in the Game & Watch collection, you unlock other Game & Watch games, and I've done pretty well. But I've kind of maxed out where I can get to in progress for single-player stuff. If I hook up 2 Game Boys, like with this cable, and a friend of mine has a Game Boy, then I can unlock other games as well. So that was sort of why I bought this. Unfortunately, I only have a micro, and this is for the Game Boy SP, like the standard one. So I'm going to have to get some little adapter thing. I looked everywhere, couldn't find one that was very clearly for the micro. When I saw this with all the adapters, I thought, oh, well, one of these has got to fit. But I brought it home, and no, it doesn't. However, it was only $5, and I figure, you know what, probably the adapter will stick onto one of these things. So it's still worth hanging on to the wire. So that's why I got that. It's a little bit of an odd purchase. And another odd purchase, actually, let me hold off on that one. It's the last item. But another thing that I got was this very cool Vectrix T-Shirt. Now, it's probably not going to show up in this light, but it's got a silvery material to it. Like it has that nice glowy kind of effect. And I own a Vectrix. I'll be doing videos about that as well in the future. So when I saw this, I was just like, oh, I got to get the Vectrix T-shirt. So that was really, really nice. I think it was $20 for that. And the reason I bring that up, let's set that here so you see the logo. The reason I bring that up is the final item I got was an Atari driver controller. Now, what's that got to do with the Vectrix? Well, okay, a few steps here. First of all, the driving controller, as you can see, it's got the little car on it. It's different from the paddles that, I already have the paddles. The paddles will go to a certain point and then stop. The driving controller spins forever. So it's like a steering wheel as opposed to a paddle that only has a certain range. I have a handful of games for the driving controller, and I actually owned one way back when they were new. I didn't really find it all that useful, so I hadn't really bought a driving controller for the longest time. I do have paddles, and I really enjoy the paddle games that I have for the Atari, but I never thought, why get a driving controller? Until I found out on Vectrix Rolly's channel, and I'll see if I can put a link below. If not, Google him, he's an awesome guy. He did a review of a game called Tsunami, which is a homebrew port hack version of Tempest for the Vectrix. And it's really, really cool. I've got it on my Vectrix. And it plays very well, but Vectrix Rolly says you can hook this up and play Tsunami, or Tempest basically, using this controller, and that plugged into the Vectrix. So I thought, oh, I'll get a driving controller, and I did. And it was, I remember, maybe, oh yeah, this plus Judge Dredd was $10, so like $5, not bad at all. My one concern now, I haven't fully checked this one out just yet. It does fit, it does connect to my Atari. I don't actually have a driving game easily reachable right now, so couldn't really test it. When I plugged it into the Vectrix, though, it sort of, this connector went a certain way and then stopped, and I do notice that, I don't know if it'll come out there, but some of the pins don't look like they're recessed properly. So I want to research, because I tried forcing it in, and it was definitely reaching some resistance. And I noticed there's a pin here that's kind of in the way of where the insert would go. So I went in with a little, safety pin and straightened that out. But I just thought, before I go and force this piece of hardware into my Vectrix, I better do my research. So I'm assuming this works. I'll verify later on. Hey, it was only $5, so I'm certainly not going to complain. So there we go. Those are my pickups for the Portland Retro Gaming Show. Let's just make a nice little display there. So I might as well show you as well the items that my wife picked up, because she's also very much into gaming and has a nice little collection of interests. She, unlike myself, is no coward when it comes to playing scary games. I cannot do it. You will never see me play a scary game on this channel. But she has a few that she'd like to try out, one of which is Dead Space 2. She's got Dead Space 1, hasn't started that one yet, but she saw this. I don't remember how much she paid for it, but she decided to pick that one up, and she is more than welcome to play it on her own. I might watch, but I'm not playing it. She's a big, similar to that with regards to scary games, she's a big fan of the BioShock series. And there's this very cool shirt that she managed to find that's BioShock themed. I don't know if it'll come out properly there, but let's see if I can let the bottom go. There we go. So it's Big Daddy's Daycare, which is, kind of cute. If you've played BioShock, you get the joke, and it's she had to get that. She just loves that series. And let's see, finally, she's also a big Doctor Who fan. And there was this one booth. I'll see if I can find their card here. Yeah, Burnt Pixels are the folks. They do laser cut jewelry, crafts, and more. I'll put a link to their site down below as well. And they make this very cool Doctor Who themed Tealight. What's a Tealight, you ask? Well, let me douse the other light in the room here. If you get yourself a little, it would probably be a real candle back in the day, but they do supply these little glowy LED lights, and you just stick it in there, and it makes a nice little display on your mantelpiece. So she got that and thought that would be really, really awesome, right up her alley with the, she loves her Doctor Who. Let's see if I can get that to sit in there. I don't know if that's coming across in the video. Yeah, I guess it's not bad. And then the final item that she picked up has fallen on the floor. I'll pick it up. Last item she got, also, she loves her slightly unnerving games. She got this picture from Fallout 3, the Vault Boy. And very, very nice bit of artwork. It's going to make a nice print. We'll put it up on in a frame somewhere. Interesting little thing I discovered. Everybody thinks, oh yeah, Vault Boy is, he's giving you the thumbs up. Well done, sort of happy, cheery kind of thing. That's actually not true. According to game lore, Vault Boy in this image, because it's used quite a lot in their logos, is not so much giving you the thumbs up. He's actually making sure he's far enough away from the nuclear explosion. And how is he doing that with this pose? Well, it's kind of hard to describe, but you see how he's got one eye closed and the thumb up? Okay, so imagine, how can I do this? Imagine his head is a nuclear explosion seen from a distance. You're like way down in the wasteland and you see a mushroom cloud about that big. What would you do to make sure that you're far enough away? Well, of course, you would cover it with your thumb and close one eye, and if you have covered it sufficiently, you are far enough away. And that's actually what this image means. It's kind of cute. It's one of those tongue-in-cheek moments for Fallout 3. You think he's being your buddy, but actually he's making sure he's far enough away from the explosion. So good laugh. Anyway, that's it. That's the Portland Retro Gaming Expo pickups. And I'm going to be cutting together this weekend video of all of the booths that we went to, all the games that we played. And so that might take a while. I hope I'll get this video loaded pretty quick. So in the meantime, I've done a pickups just to keep something going on the channel. And we will be seeing you soon with the extended version of the Portland show. And until then, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.